Ahmed, thank you for making this happen, first of all.
Thank you so much.
Obviously, I'm going to start by asking you, tell me about Mira a little bit.
Of course. So, Mira Developments is very unique in the market, and we have to know some important things. Why is it very unique? Why it stands out between the developers? So, first of all, Mira Developments, it only has branded projects. So, we have collaborations with one of the most famous and well-known brands all over the world. So we have one of the known ones is Bentley, and we have Trussardi, we have Jacob and Co, and so on. So the concept is, and the vision of Mira is building something very unique in the market, and this is where the branded residences came from. We saw there is, not a lot of branded residences in the market, so we picked that. And the second thing is that it has to be fully furnished, but not any furnished. It has to be fully furnished by the same brand itself.
Right.
And where does that leave us between any other branded project? Is that we don't just put the stamp. The brand basically is our partner. So it's going to be in every step of the way for the development. So it's basically our partner. So branded, fully furnished, and the third thing, fully serviced. I call them the three beat because they are very important. The fully serviced part also, it's one of the unique things that we have in all of our Mira projects. Whenever we say fully serviced, any project by Mira, you will get 5-star hotel services. What does that mean? Concierge, valet, 24 hours, in-room dining,
Amazing.
house cleaning, even deep cleaning. Even they change the bed sheets once a week.
Wow.
So yeah, so
Would
you're
you-
basically living in a hotel, but you have your own residential apartment.
That's amazing. Would you say this is the core DNA of Mira that makes it stand out from the market right now?
100%. There are also a lot of details, but these are the main three things that we always like to highlight. Because whenever anybody hears these things, he will, okay, this is something very unique. This is something special in the market.
Okay.
And then we go through the details of the project. And of course, there's a lot of also unique things with Mira Developments.
Those are really a lot of unique things, like you said, and they're going to help build the reputation of the brand that's already there. The partnerships with different brands and all of that with the developer. But my next question is, what misconceptions do you think people would think about Mira and would assume, especially that Mira is still building its reputation in Dubai as a relatively young developer? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Exactly. So just like maybe I mentioned the branded thing, because there are also other branded projects in Dubai and in the UAE in general. But the most important thing the investor and also the agents need to understand with these projects that we are not just putting a stamp of the brand and we say that it's branded. The brand is fully integrated with the construction, with the details, with the fixtures, with the design, with everything. So they are basically, just like I told you, our partners. So they care about this project to be fulfilled 100%, just like it's on the papers, just like we are, want it to be like this also 100%.
Right.
So basically, our partners and not just a stamp. This is the first thing. Okay. The second thing is something actually I heard from also my senior colleagues, because they have experience also in the first branded projects that were here in the UAE, the aftercare.
Right.
The aftercare with other branded residences, it's like it's not there. It's just they build the brand, okay, they say it's branded residences, you see the
They give you
apartment.
the apartment and that's
Exactly, and that's it.
It's yours.
So they don't care about the name, but in our projects, there is, of course, an aftercare, and everything is managed by Mira.
Right.
So we care that the building, that the apartment, the villa, everything, it has to be the same also after you get handed over your property. So it will be having the same value as you bought it, even within 2 years, 5 years, 10 years.
That's
So this is where we stand out, actually, the aftercare of our branded projects.
I think that would also help keep the quality after
100%.
after the launch. You know what I mean?
100%, yes.
Because a lot of projects, they suffer from deterioration over time. You know what I mean? You
100%.
see,
Yes.
it became an old building because it's not. You know what I mean? But I think if you provide that and if you promise that, you will help maintain the quality from the inside and from the outside.
Yes, 100%. And that's where also Mira Care comes.
Right.
We have also something called Mira Care,
Okay.
which is, this is how, proud and how we know that our project is 100%, legit. We give Mira Care. Mira Care is that we give guarantee. That's how confident we are in our projects. We give guaranteed on 5 years on MEP, which is the mechanical, electronic, and plumbing, and any fixtures that you have problems in your house.
Amazing.
We give guarantee for 5 years, and also we give guarantee for 3 years on the loose furniture.
Wow.
Exactly. So these guarantees shows you that this developer, Mira, is very confident about the product that they are delivering, that they are giving you this and this. So that's where also we stand out in the market.
That's a lot of amazing promises, I would say. And if you want my personal opinion, I was talking the other day to my colleague, and I was saying we hear a lot of developers, they make a lot of promises. But what I saw from Mira so far about, the kind of service that you get as whether an end user or an investor is very promising, is very catering and has attention to details. So a lot of amazing promises, upcoming expectations. But before these expectations, one might tell you, okay, this developer hasn't delivered any project in the market yet.
I knew you were going to ask that
Why?
question.
I
Which is
know,
very good.
yes. And why would I trust you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Mira Developments, as a developer, it's since 3 years. We started with our first project in Sardi one and then Bentley Villas. So these projects will be handed over in the span of 6 to 8 months. Okay. So after that, you will not be hearing this question. But for now, of course, we have other projects, and our projects are selling out, and there is a reason for it. Why this? I don't say this as an objection. I say it as how do you say it?
Concern, maybe.
A concern, exactly.
Yeah.
We don't put it as a problem, we put it as a concern. So how do you clear that concern out? With the brand. So we have branded residences. And where does that leave us? Leave us with the brand itself. The brand itself cares about this project that needs to be fulfilled as it is on papers, and it has to live up to the standards,
Right.
because they care about their reputation. That's why it will give us the promises that we are giving as Mira Developments, because also we are partnering up with the biggest brands in the market, so they care about their name. So we have to live up also to the expectations of these brands, because Bentley is not a small name.
Correct.
Jacob & Co., Elisab, Trussardi, and so on.
They
And
wouldn't
we
just
have
put their name
100%.
and risk their name with something that is not
and just
up
to
the
clear out
standard.
again that they are integrated in every part of the process and the development. And this is something very important. It's not just a stamp.
How
So
so?
they
Like,
care
how-
so much about the project. So they have the design, they have the fixtures, the interiors, the exteriors, everything is done by them. We are just the executors. So basically, they are our partners. That's why I keep repeating that, because it's very important. You don't find that in other branded residences here in Dubai or in the UAE.
Is part of their job following your milestones of doing the job? Like, I mean, do they just provide you with a guideline of things and you just execute, or they also like evaluate and audit your execution?
So basically, it's a collaboration. They
Right.
sit together, okay, and they say, we want to build this project. We have ideas here, we have ideas here. They sit together on the table. They have the design. They have the design of the community or the master community or the property or the building, and they agree on the specific things, and they go on with that. So each side has to agree on these things, and it has to be fulfilled. That's why this brand, it's integrated in every part. So every part of the development, they will see, okay, it's going good, everything is good, the fixtures, the design, it's just like we agreed on. And it's not just one Bentley community that we have right now. Of course, in the future, we will have others, maybe here in the UAE or internationally. As you know, Yusuf, we are going worldwide. We are not just in the UAE. Right now, we are in Georgia, in Switzerland, Soon we're going to Uzbekistan, Abu Dhabi. Right now we have a very big master community, which is Mira Hills, Abu Dhabi. It's the same concept as Dubai Hills. It's gonna be in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
So, and we also going everywhere.
I
So
was
this
about
is
to
the
get to
vision.
that. I love that.
Yes.
You beat me to it.
Yeah.
I was about to get to that because I thought it was impressive. Also, you have projects in different countries, not just Dubai. So I wanna ask you. Let's have an overview on like the highlight projects for you. Let's talk about Dubai. Let's talk about Georgia, the upcoming project in Abu Dhabi. Just give me like a hint on everything.
Okay, so one of the things that also that you said the question is like to trust a developer like Mira is that we're not just building project after project. We are going all in, just like the stakes. We are going all in. We are not depending on the money of this project until it's finished, and then we will put this money of the profit onto this project. No, we are going all in. So right now we have projects in the UAE. We are buying land also in Uzbekistan, the land that we are going to build the project on. The land also in Abu Dhabi, it's more than 55 million square feet. It's very big land. It's very big, investments.
Right.
So we are not waiting for projects to be finished. We are going all in. And also we have in Switzerland, we have in Georgia. So the concept of and the vision of the Mira developments is to go worldwide.
Right.
More than 40 plus countries, inshallah, in the future. We will be having that. So this is just the start. So that's where also the trust should also come from. Justify why should I trust Mira Developments.
Right.
They're going everywhere. They're not waiting for anybody.
Yeah.
They're building in the UAE, they're building in Abu Dhabi, they're building in Georgia, Switzerland, Uzbekistan. We are going also in Oman, and we have
amazing.
our own island very soon, Mira Coral Bay in Ras Al Khaimah.
Wow.
So we're not waiting
Okay.
for anything. We're not waiting for anybody. Alhamdulillah, we are very successful. We are selling out our projects, and we are, looking to be, everywhere. Inshallah,
That's
very soon.
amazing. Inshallah.
Yes.
Let's start with Abu Dhabi. I know we're in Dubai. We're in
Yes.
Dubai right now, but let's start with Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is an up and coming market. It's booming right now, and it's very organized.
Yes.
That's the reputation of the market right now. So you coming into Dubai is also, I think, is a positive sign of a developer that's coming into Dubai. It's not just any market,
Yes, of course.
and it's very regulated. So is Dubai, but Abu Dhabi has this unique market to it. So, can you tell us anything about the upcoming project Mira Hills?
Yes, I can tell you a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't have much information about on it, but to say where is the location, it's between Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And why we picked Abu Dhabi? Because of course, as you know, Yusuf, in the market, Abu Dhabi is right now booming in the real estate since like let's say 2, 3, 4 years now. The focus is more on it also, other than Dubai. So we're not missing any chance also there. So we have Abu Dhabi Mira Hills. What's the concept of it? It's just like Dubai Hills, the one that we have here.
Wow.
Right? Move it to Abu Dhabi. So we are building a big master community. We are going to be the master developer there. So we have also other developers. Actually, a couple of weeks ago, one of Ellington actually bought one of the plots that's for other developers, and they are going
Like
to have
next to you. they're
Yes,
gonna- okay,
exactly. So
okay.
we have basically the master plan, of a land, and we have different plots for buildings and for townhouses and villas. So we're selling part of it to developers and to people who wants to develop their community, their building. Okay, this is an option also. And right now in land, if you look at land, it's not easy to find. So we're having a lot of people coming in and want to approach and buy in Abu Dhabi in the land especially. And of course it's for development. So they have to build a building or townhouses or villas. So it's big parts of lands, and at the same time we are the master developer. So it's going to be there a museum, and it's going to be there also a very big hub for the real estate. So there's a lot of things that's going to be in that master community, and we're going there with, of course, townhouses, villas, a big community.
When is the launch expected?
So we are expecting it after the summer, let's say.
Okay.
After the summer, everything will be clear. We will start with the first phase, and We don't know much information actually about
Yeah.
this, so I don't want to
But
say anything wrong.
100%, I understand.
But after the summer, let's say, we will start, inshallah, the first phase of the launch. Inshallah.
Yeah, and all the projects have the same standards that Mira promises when it comes to the fully furnished, fully serviced.
100%. This
All
is
the
the concept and the vision that we have in Mira Developments.
So the townhouses are gonna come furnished.
Of course, 100%.
That's,
Mira Villas by Bentley. They are fully furnished by Bentley Home. So some people they say that it's a car brand. Of course, they don't have a furniture line. No, they have Mira Bentley Home line for furniture. So
Home.
that's also very high quality. It's top tier in the market.
Right.
And also the kitchen appliances we have. So every detail that we have in our properties, it's like very unique. So the kitchen appliances that we have Miele and we have Posh also in the Bentley villas. And also, not to look into all the details, the gym that we have, even the gym, most gyms.
My favorite.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
saw the gym and yeah.
So most gym that we see
It's
in
very
buildings,
unique, to be honest, the gym that
Exactly.
you guys
So
have.
in our project, it's totally different. In most projects, in most buildings, you find only a couple of dumbbells, couple of machines, and that's it.
Sure.
But in our project, no, we are collaborating with one of the highest and finest gym brands, which is Techno Gym.
Yes.
It's like when you say the Mercedes of cars.
Correct.
This is their machines. So it's going to be in all of our projects by Mira. So this is a standard.
Right.
When I told you the three-peat, it's like a big thing.
That's amazing.
Branded, fully furnished, fully serviced in every project. Townhouses, villas, buildings, everything.
Amazing. I love
Yes.
the way you put it. Let me ask you first, what is your favorite project? And what's the most recent launch that you guys have and that we should talk about right now?
Okay. Okay, it's like asking who's your favorite son,
Pretty much.
Yes, it's basically
Pretty
the same
much,
thing.
yes.
I love all of our projects. Of course, every project is unique. I love actually the villas by Bentley. It's really something else. When we hand over these villas, this project, it's going to be a really big turnout in the market for us and also for other developers because it's gonna stand out like crazy. You know how much is the ceiling height in Bentley villas?
Remind me.
Guess, take a guess. You know the average ceiling height for buildings, especially in apartments?
yeah.
It's 2.8 to 3 meters.
Right.
What do we have in our project in buildings, in apartments? It's 3.4 meters ceiling height. So when you say luxury, you have to live up to that name. It's, luxury became a very cliche name in the market. It's like everybody's saying luxury, I'm selling luxury, I'm selling luxury. No, it has to have standards. One of these standards are the ceiling height. We have 3.4 ceiling height in our buildings, okay, in our apartments. And in the villa, in Bentley villas, 4 meters to 4.5 ceiling height. And that's actually very big.
Absolutely.
So we are not cheap also in sizes, okay? We have very decent sizes in our projects because luxury comes with size.
Correct.
So that's where, of course, we have to live up to the name of when we say luxury. So, and actually it's ultra luxury also, not just luxury in our projects. So to answer your question, it's Bentley.
Bentley is your favorite.
Bentley,
Okay.
yeah, it's gonna
okay.
be very unique actually.
Yeah.
Bentley, it's amazing. And our recent project is John Richmond. John Richmond is in the area of Al Furjan. It's basically a district. So a district with a shared podium. It's 6 buildings, 5 residential and 1 offices.
Okay.
As you know, the offices, there is a lot of demand on it, especially in the Al Furjan area.
Right.
So there is a tower for offices and 5 residential. We have launched only the first one. The second launch is going to be very soon because, alhamdulillah, it was very successful. We sold more than 70% of John Richmond till now, and the launch was 1 month to 2 months ago. So, alhamdulillah, it was very successful. This is our recent launch.
That's the first building.
Yes,
that
that's the
you
first
guys-
building that we launched right now, yes.
I think this project, I talked about it before, and it has a lot of unique aspects to it. From the facade that you got, the mashrabiyya that you
The
told me about
mashrabiyya,
last
yeah.
time, very interesting a functionality in the building that you use to kind of reduce the heat in the summer, to add more privacy to yourself. There's a lot more to it. I also spoke of the interior. You obviously mentioned fully serviced, fully furnished. These are the details that are very important for either an end user or an investor. But my question for you, right now, the kind of lifestyle that we kind of look up to, especially in Dubai, people look for communities, right?
100%. Yes, you're right.
What makes John Richmond, let's talk about John Richmond specifically, this project, form this kind of community for me, and it's not just like a building, you know. There are a lot of projects get delivered like an empty space, basically.
Yes.
How do you see the aspect of community in this project?
Okay, it's a very good question, because when you said people are looking for community, that's 100% true. Because we don't just want to build a building and there's nothing around it. So John Richmond sits exactly next to Discovery Garden Metro Station. And in that area, we have more than one project, not just John Richmond. So next to it is Trussardi 2, and on the other side is Trussardi 1. So basically, we are creating a future community with these three projects, and inshallah, in the future, we're going to have more projects in that area. So we are creating a community. So it's the first of its kind with John Richmond, because it's a district, and the concept of it, which is a shared podium. So when you have a shared podium, shared amenities, more than you have 3 pools, you have all of the amenities you can think of course, in our project, and you have 6 buildings. One of them is offices. And whenever you have a mixed-use buildings, it's something it's very also important, because whenever somebody wants to buy an office, it's very convenient for him to have also his office next to his apartment. And we see that a lot. I think also you have experience in that.
Yes.
So also this is something very unique, that we have offices in that area. So creating a community is something it's very important. And we are seeing that in the future, of course, in the area of Al Furjan, because we have more than one project. So it's going to be a future community also there.
Right.
Yes, other than just one building,
Right, exactly. And I think part of the amenities as well, like you make sure that it is surrounded by the right amenities that you need.
Exactly.
By the top-notch quality that you provide. You mentioned the gym and stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think that's what makes a community.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes. 100%.
Now, let's zoom out of Mira a little bit, and I'm going to ask you about the off-plan market in Dubai in general. Right now, as a broker, we're seeing some of my clients, for example, are turning into secondary. They're considering more ready apartments and stuff like that.
Yes.
What do you think of the current off-plan market? Considering the situation, considering what's to come. And how do you approach that with clients?
Okay, so regarding the off-plan market right now, first of all, let's zoom out a little bit of the real estate market and see who controls that market, because this is something very important we need to highlight. So whenever you go into a real estate market in a country, you need to understand who controls that. And when we look at the UAE, we can see that the vision and the leadership of the country is not something, it's something very unique actually. Why? Because building a country like this in the span of time that it was built like this, and it's not just about money. Even other countries, they have money and they can't reach this level of success the UAE has reached.
It's a strategy, it's a mindset.
Exactly. So the mindset, the vision.
Yeah.
These visions, what we are living right now, it was in the leadership head since 50 years ago. So having this leadership and having this country, it's something very important. And then you go zoom in on the real estate market, and then you see that it makes sense to invest in this country and to invest in these areas, because there is a big mind behind all of these things. So the off-plan market right now, it's different, especially after the war. Okay, a lot of developers, they had a different payment plan. So you saw 2 things happening. Of course, just like you said, a lot of brokers went into secondary market because of the distress deals. Okay, and I'm assuring you, because also I know I'm connected to a lot of brokers, that a lot of brokers, they just having, requests. It's like, yes, what do you have for a distress deal? What do you have for a distress deal?
And they were never really distress deals.
And they were never really
anyways,
distress
like
deals,
you said,
and people are never really serious to buy, because whenever you tell them, okay, I have 10% prices less than the OP, it's like, okay, what? Give me more. Give me 15. Give me 20. Give me 25. That's when the right investor, comes. Mr. Marwan Kendi says this is the investor's smart time to invest, the smart investor's time. So that's where you see what's happening around you in the off-plan market, and you see the developers, the good developers, that giving not big cash discounts, because this is actually a very big red flag in the developer, that gives you a very flexible payment plan, and you go with that. So you need to be careful where you put your money, okay? And this is before and after the war and any time of the year. So going from secondary to distressed deals and the right investment, it's actually in off-plan right now. Because, everything regarding the materials of the off-plan market, of the construction, as we saw, Yusuf, it's increasing very much.
Right.
The metal, the cement, all of these things regarding the real estate market. So in the future, it's going to increase. So that's why right now it's the right time and the smart time, let's say, to invest in the UAE and pick the right developer with the right location and the good payment plan, which we give, by the way. And what is the payment plan that we give?
Plan.
Yeah, exactly.
But okay.
Yeah, so we give a very flexible payment plan.
Right.
We give 50% during construction and 50% for 3 years post handover.
That's
Just so
a
you
really
know,
good
yes,
payment
that's
plan.
a big deal.
Is this only because of the current situation, or
After
is that
the current situation, yes, we did that with all of our projects. Yes. So before that, we didn't have that. It was 50-50, 60-40 payment plan on the handover.
Right.
So there was no post handover. Because of the situation, of course, we saw the real estate market and we did 50-50. And the 50%, it was 3 years post handover payment plan. So this is something very big, as as Mira Developments, as the quality that you're giving, the location that you are getting with us, to have this kind of payment plan. It's something very interesting. This is where the right investor and the smart investor will be, seizing this opportunity.
I agree.
Yes.
Are you offering any discounts at the moment?
So discounts, there are no discounts in Mira
Okay,
Developments.
okay.
This is something everybody should know.
Right,
We don't
right.
have discounts.
That's
The
important.
price is the same price that we are giving before and after. Okay?
But the flexibility is in the payment plan.
Exactly. The
like you said-
flexibility in the payment plan, or if you buy a bulk units. So
Makes
if you
sense.
buy more than 3, 4, 5 units, of course, the management will take it into consideration and it will give you a discount.
Makes sense.
Yes, exactly. Because it varies, case by case.
Right.
Yes.
You were just talking about secondary and off-plan, and I want to add that off-plan also has some sort of a sense of security to it, in my opinion. If you get off-plan today, you're getting it at yesterday's price, if you want to
Yes.
think about it that way, because you mentioned the cost of materials is increased, has already increased. You're getting it today at that old price, and by the time you get the handover, every indication in the world, globally, economically, all the numbers indicate that your unit will increase in price, will appreciate in price. So that seems to me like a more, I don't want to say more reasonable, but a reasonable strategy to go into off-plan in that sense.
100%.
Right.
When you said this is like math,
Yeah.
The prices right now is like, it's not going to be the same prices after 3 years when you get handed over your unit. So you have to be smart and see where is the good opportunity and the good investment is, because after 2 to 3 years, everything is going to be expensive.
Exactly.
So when you get handed over your unit, of course, the appreciation of your apartment, of your investment, it's going to be way more than anybody who will enter the market after 3 years or 4 years.
100%.
So we say all the time, the right investment was yesterday. It's not even today, it was yesterday. So if you miss your chance yesterday, get it today. If you miss your chance today, get it tomorrow. And don't wait.
Exactly.
Just go with the right developer, with the good investment, and you will get the most appreciation and the highest, good investment in the market.
And
Yes.
I want to get to that. We want to talk numbers a little bit right now.
Yes, for
But
sure.
before I do that, how many projects you have in Dubai?
So in Dubai,
Yeah.
we have 3 in Al Furjan right now.
Okay.
We have 1 in in Dubai, you mean? Only
In Dubai.
In Dubai, we have
So
4,
far,
which
4.
is Bentley Villas, Tursardi 1, Tursardi 2, and Al Furjan, and John Richmond.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about John Richmond, since it's the recent launch. How
Yes.
many units are expected to be there in the project?
In the whole project?
Yeah.
So it's 5 residential buildings and 1 offices. So it's around 113, let's say 20. It's around 113 with 6. So between 500 to 600 units.
Okay.
Let's say.
The reason why I'm asking this, a lot of people they'll ask you about oversupply, or they'll have oversupply as a concern. They'll tell you that.
Yeah.
What do you think of this as a sort of an objection of oversupply, and how does Mira increase its demand on its projects amongst this oversupply misconception, in my opinion, because the oversupply has like we can talk about it later, how it is actually exists. So what do you think of that?
I have the perfect answer for you. You know, we were talking about this actually, me and my colleagues. You know, we always talk about the market, and it's very important when you buy a property in Dubai and you write with a developer, it has to stand out. Why? Because when you get handed over the unit, of course, other projects will hand over at the same time, right? So if there is an oversupply or an undersupply, okay, this thing is not existing in Dubai because, you know, the number of people visiting and coming here, living in the UAE, it's increasing year after year. It's like they can't even contain the numbers.
And they miss something called the absorption rate.
Exactly.
It's not only about the oversupply.
Exactly. So actually,
where is this going?
Yes, actually the UAE are encouraging developers to build more because the expecting numbers that we're expecting in the 2, 3, 4 years ahead, it's not going to cover all of this.
Exactly.
So it's going to be more. Saying this, if we go look into the other area, which is how does your project stands out with other projects when it gets handed over? So when you invest, let's put it that way, in Mira Developments with a branded project, fully furnished and fully serviced, okay? If you have these three things in your project and you have 15 other projects around you, okay, that some of them are semi-furnished, some of them are unfurnished, some of them they have they don't have our services, and it's very different. So they are here, Mira Developments are here.
So you're talking about branded versus non-branded.
Exactly.
And the premium service,
exactly.
Mira versus...
And this is where the client comes in, which is the tenant. And of course, we focus a lot on ROI. And the ROI comes from, of course, the tenant. So the tenant, when he comes in the market and he wants to see on, let's say, Property Finder, Bayut, and see what he has right now to rent out, he will see one project stands out or two projects stands out between all of the normal projects. And he will look at those. This is where your project stands out between the other project. And this is where you need to focus on.
Right.
That's why investing with a developer like Mira, it will give you a very bonus, you know, and you will stand out in the market and in the area, let's say in the area that you invest in. And regarding, we're saying about John Richmond right now, in the area of Al Furjan.
Right, right.
We don't have anything just like, you know, right now with like John Richmond. It's the first of its kind, first district in the whole of Al Furjan area.
Yeah, around this area,
you don't have
if
that.
you do a comparison, you don't have the same
exactly
of what you offer.
100%, yeah.
I'm an investor. I have a budget of around 2 million.
Okay.
And I'm looking for something that will give me high ROI. Where should I go with Mira?
Okay, so you have to look at the investors, what does he want? If you're looking at the high ROI, okay, John Richmond is very smart investment. Why? Because it's the first building. So right now, we still have some units. So I eager to split, let's say, the investment. So let's go 1 million with a studio in John Richmond, okay, between 900 to 1 million. And I will pick also another studio or one bedroom in, let's say, another area. Maybe right now we can go to Ras Al Khaimah. We have a project in Ras Al Khaimah. And as we know, Ras Al Khaimah is booming because of the casino and all of the demand that will go there.
Where's the location of your
project? The location is
around?
on Al Marjan Island,
okay.
Island number 4. It's directly on the sea. So all of the units have a sea view. So that's where it's very, you know, unique project that we have. So split it into 2 studios or 1 studio or one bedroom. This will give you a ROI, okay, and this will give you a different ROI, different amount.
Okay.
And of course, I always eager investors to not just, you know, take the money and the profit. You know, the first investment always the hardest one, because the first investment you have to buy another investment with it. So you buy the first one, it gets you a good ROI, a good rental every month. You put that also in another property. Whenever you have two properties, now you're a little bit more stable. You can buy easily the third, fourth, and fifth.
True.
And this is where numbers becomes very big. You can
Exactly.
easily buy big opportunities and big, investments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk higher ticket prices. And for someone that's looking for capital appreciation and, let's say like a branded residence that will get them the right capital appreciation they're looking for, where would you recommend?
Okay, so if you look at the capital appreciation right now, okay, if we look at the numbers, if we go to Bentley Villas, okay, we were selling the first launch when we launched, we were selling between 24.5 to 25 million. Right now, okay, we are selling the last one villa or two villas that we have left around 28 million. And on the handover, it will be appreciated between 30 to 35 million. So you just need to know the location of the project and which developer you are investing with. This is the most important thing. And appreciation will come if you are in the right location, and the ROI will come. But you just need to pick where to stand out. It's also, of course, depending on the budget. Right now, Bentley is in Maidan, District 11. It's a very high demand area. Okay?
Absolutely.
And also Al Furjan. Why we are in Al Furjan? Why we are picking Al Furjan area? Firstly, it's next to the Discover Garden metro station, directly next to it. And this, of course, we know, Yusuf, whenever you are next to a metro station, your appreciation between 25 to 30% goes up for your property. And the ROI, of course, is going to be way higher than other areas. So Al Furjan area, I would pick it because it's very high demand, okay? And it's next to the metro station. And it's next to the one of the biggest destination for tourists, which is the two palms. It sits between the two palms.
Correct.
The palm that we have, which is Palm Jumeirah, and the future palm, Palm Jabal Ali.
Yes.
So you are basically between those, and you're like 10 to 15 minutes away from Expo City. And you're like 30 minutes away from the biggest airport in the world, which Al Maktoum National Airport. So you are in a very strategic location.
Right.
This is where the capital appreciation comes from and the ROI comes from. And also the branded project that you have, the fully furnished and the fully serviced. It will stand out in the market and in the area that you will be reselling or renting out.
I agree. Especially you mentioned the Bentley Villas. What's the expected appreciation for Bentley Villas, for example?
So Bentley Villas were around, 24.5 million. We're selling right now, before the handover, the unit that we have left is around 28 million. And the appreciation on that, we are looking at between 30 to 34 million, 35 million dirhams.
Wow. Okay.
So it's a big appreciation. No, it's not. And this is only on the handover.
Right.
So after that, because we know the community that we had in Bentley Villa, it's really unique. It's something really, really interesting.
I'm sure.
It's only 36 villas and mansions. It's something very, very, limited, very, very private.
And you only have like one or two
Yes,
available
we
at the
only
moment.
have two left right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, a bigger zoom out. Let's tap into Georgia a little bit.
Yes.
I've
Please,
learned
I
that
love
you
Georgia,
have.
yes.
Yes, same. I've never been, but I think, and I hear a lot of good things. What's happening in Georgia by Mira? What's happening over there?
Georgia is becoming one of the my favorite spots right now, especially regarding the real estate market. And I went there a month ago. It's a very nice country, away from the real estate and everything. It's a very nice country. People are very nice. They speak their English very well, so it's very easy to connect with them. It has a very rich history. It's like more than 5,000 years of history it has. So you can see a lot of old buildings. It's very chill place. It's very nice. The people there are nice. So I had really fun there. I went to Tbilisi. And also our project is in Tbilisi. So to have talk about Georgia, everybody is hearing about Georgia right now. And there's a reason for it.
Right.
You can open your Instagram, your Facebook, your any feed that you have. You will see everything is about Batumi, Tbilisi, Goudaur. Everybody is investing in Georgia. There's a lot of marketing on Georgia. And why is that? Because the real estate market there is booming and is booming very big. And just like we say in the Dubai, the right investment was yesterday in Georgia. It's the same thing. But the opportunity there is bigger. Why we say that? We say that because it still hasn't reached the saturation point. So whenever somebody invests in the UAE, it's like a stable market. we know that if you invest with this money, you will get this ROI, right? But we will not get the, the appreciation and the ROI that people got, 10 years ago or 6 years ago
Yeah.
or 7 years ago. So that time has passed a little bit. Maybe in some areas, if you pick some areas, you will get that. But if you zoom in Georgia right now, it's just like how it was in the UAE 5 to 6 years ago. And how do we say that? Why do we say that? We say that because of the GDP. The GDP growth rate in Georgia right now is around 9.7%. And that's actually very big. It's a very big number. And this is where the right, entry point for investing comes from, especially in the real estate.
Right.
Because there, the real estate market is booming. And having that GDP, if you invest right now, you will be making a very high ROI and a very high capital appreciation. So the ROI there, it can reach up to 14 to 15% actually in Georgia, and especially in Tbilisi. Why? Because it's the capital. And the capital appreciation there also is very high. So whenever you have a GDP of a country that's very booming and you go invest in it, and then after 3, 4, 5 years, it's stable, you will be making the most money, just like happened with Dubai 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Right.
And the tourism numbers. Yusuf, it's really, the numbers can't lie, just like we say. So the tourism numbers have, from 2024, it's jumped from 5.5 to 7.8, and now it's going to hit 9 million visitors a year in Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia has an only population of 3.3 to 3.6 million. Why Tbilisi? Because 1/3 of this population are concentrated in Tbilisi. So that's where the demand is coming from.
Right.
So whenever we say there is a high demand on this area, it's like we have to be backed up by the numbers. So the tourist numbers is backing this up. So all of these people, just like we say, all of these people that are coming to Dubai, they need homes to stay with, right? This is what's happening in Georgia. They don't have the homes, they don't have the capacity to hold all of these people. So that's why a lot of developers are going there. And right now, it's not a lot. So it's all local developers. So whenever you have an investor that trusts the UAE, that knows the developers here, and knows that the developer has, a history, it's better for him to invest with that developer rather than going to Georgia and investing with a local developer that he doesn't know.
Absolutely.
And especially the vision that we have, and the vision that we have in Mira, it's totally different than what they have there. Okay, we are on a very big scale,
Right.
especially also in Dubai. So this is where people are, going right now. Georgia is very interesting market. The real estate market is like this right now. It's booming, and it's very good to invest right now there. And we have an amazing project
Right.
in Tbilisi.
I love how you jumped straight into numbers.
Yes,
And
I love numbers.
yeah, I love that. And but I also want to ask you, how the generic benefits that every agent talks about when it comes to Dubai, like tax free,
Yes.
safety, all of these things.
Of course.
It's how you advertise. It's how we generally advertise Dubai, right?
Yes, of course.
What's the equivalent in Georgia, and what are the benefits that I can get as an investor going into Georgia right now, whether it's when it comes to the residency, all of these things?
Okay, so regarding the residency, this
Yeah.
is actually a very good point to point out. So there is a threshold, just like we have here in the UAE. There is the threshold of how much the property is worth you need to invest in to get the residency. It has to be $150,000 or more. Why I say dollars? Because all of the regulations there regarding the real estate market proceeds in dollars. And that's actually very important, Yusuf, because it means that it's backed up by the USD.
Right.
And that's something very important because your investment is safe. It's not affected by the currency if it goes up or down.
Right.
We know we have that similar situation in Turkey. The Turkish lira went down. A lot of people lost a lot of money with their properties because of the down of the Turkish lira. So you are safe with that because you are buying with USD. So you have to buy a property worth of $150,000 or more to get the residency. What's the residency? It's 1 year. You can renew it year after year. As long as you have the title deed in your hand, you can renew it every year. This is the first option. The second option, if you buy $300,000 or more, you get 5-year residency one time. You don't have to renew it. These are the two options for residency. And other than residency, it's visa free for more than 100 plus nationalities to enter Georgia. So it's very flexible actually to go into Georgia and travel there. And regarding the taxes, just like we say here, is zero taxes. It's not the case in Georgia, but it's very, very, very minimal. So the taxes there, only you have taxes on the rental income, which is 5%. So whatever rental income you have, you will be taxed 5% on that. And if you sell your property 2 years before, you will pay 5% on the profit only. If you sell it after 2 years, there are no taxes. This is the only taxes that we have in Georgia. That's it.
That's amazing.
So that's why we say we're very low taxation in Georgia.
I love that.
Yes.
Lastly, if you were to describe Mira in a couple of words, what would you say?
I would say the true definition of luxury. And mark my words, Mira Developments will be a big milestone and it will set new standards in the market. It's going to be something really unique and different.
We will revisit this conversation after
Yes.
A few months
Yes.
from now, and I'm sure that would be the case.
Inshallah, for sure.
Ahmed, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Yusuf. It was
Absolutely.
very nice talking to you, actually.
Lovely discussion. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.